Jesus was born and grew up just like me. Well, not exactly like me, but he knows what it's like.
Yeah, he had a whole human life here on earth. That means he can empathize with what you go through. I'm so glad that you've tuned into Keys for Kids today. My name is Zach. When you're sick and your mom or dad is taking care of you, they show you a lot of love and care. After all, they know what it's like to be sick, and it's no fun. Jesus knows how hard life can be too, because he lived a whole human life here on earth. Hebrews 4:15 says, Jesus is able to understand our weaknesses. He was tempted in the same ways we are tempted, but he never sinned. Let's listen to our story. It's called Two Baby Boys. Anna scrunched her nose against the viewing window of the hospital nursery. Her baby brother was just 5 hours old. He lay snuggled in a blue blanket and was wearing a tiny knit cap on his fuzzy head. He whimpered a little and nuzzled into the blanket. Dad walked up behind Anna and squeezed her shoulders gently. She smiled up at him. "So, how does it feel to be a big sister?" Dad asked. Anna answered by doing a complete twirl on her tiptoes right there in the hall of the hospital. "It feels great," she said. A little later, Anna and her dad walked hand in hand out into the crisp December air. The stars twinkled overhead like millions of Christmas lights. "Daddy, when Jesus was born, was he really as little as our baby?" asked Anna thoughtfully. "Maybe even smaller. Our little guy is a pretty big fella," Dad replied. "And you know, baby Jesus didn't have a big modern hospital and a nice little bassinet to sleep in like our Emerson has." "No," Anna shook her head. "Mrs. Hanson, my Sunday school teacher, told us Jesus was born in a stable far away from home." "Yes," said Dad. "He didn't have all the comfortable things babies have now, but he had Mary and Joseph's love and his heavenly Father's love and care too." "Mrs. Hanson says Jesus knows just what it's like to live and grow like we do," said Anna. The cold air made her shiver and she pulled her scarf tighter around her neck. "I guess he knows what it's like to feel cold too." "That's true, Anna," said Dad. "Since he came as a baby and grew up on earth, he understands everything that happens to us, both the problems and the good things. We can bring both our joys and our struggles to him any time, knowing he'll understand what we're going through. Isn't that great?" Anna nodded. "Then he knows the joy I'm feeling over my new baby brother," she said with a little bounce. "When Emerson gets big enough, I'm going to make sure he knows the joy I feel about Jesus." So what about you? Do you realize Jesus understands everything you're going through? He came as a little baby and grew up on earth just like you. You can talk to him in prayer and know he understands your problems, your hunger, temptations, tiredness, loneliness, and everything else. Jesus experienced those things too, and he can help you through them. And he wants to share in the joys you experience too. Our key verse is found in the New Testament book of Hebrews, chapter 4, verse 15.
Jesus is able to understand our weaknesses. He was tempted in the same ways we are tempted, but he never sinned.
And our key thought, Jesus understands. Partner with Keys for Kids Radio to spread the good news of Jesus around the world. Keys for Kids Radio is committed to sharing the truth of the gospel. As Angel shares, our family listens to Keys for Kids Radio every day. The programs encourage us to love and live for Jesus and to build a firm foundation on God's truth. You can partner with Keys for Kids Radio to ignite a passion for Christ in kids and their families. Give today with a $5 monthly donation to help spread the gospel to families around the world. Visit keysforkids.net and click Donate. I'm Zach. Thanks for listening to Keys for Kids.